Hello everyone and welcome back. My hair's done it again, but in a slightly different style this time, Ben.
Yeah, that is quite different.
It's really switching it up. I don't know how it does it.
Yeah, I'm not too sure.
I'm actually quite puzzled with the physics of my hair. I can't find it either.
I think it's the way the headset gets put on.
Yeah, it must be. It's just knocking off. I'll just let it live. I'll just let it live.
Yeah.
It's fine.
But
we are back.
But it's not quite.
It's not as predominant. That is quite...
Yeah, yours is much more wild, I think.
Yeah, it's quite strong.
But yeah, we are back though, aren't we?
We are.
The third set of games today. Windigo and Fnatic.
And this is going to be our last matchup as well. Obviously, our final two maps of the day. So which one of these two sides is going to have the superior calls? Sponsored by Vodafone.
I'm not too sure, actually.
I'm not too sure either.
Yeah, it'll be a big one though. Two maps coming up. Mirage and Train. We saw the same set of maps in the first game today. However, Windigo and Fnatic, I think this is a bit of a closer contest though. Windigo looked pretty good yesterday. Fnatic looked pretty woeful yesterday. However, in terms of what their average performances are like, so far this season, they're quite similar. Both in the bottom half of the table, Windigo needing wins to get out of that relegation sort of area. Fnatic looking to still try and get that push towards the playoff spots, but I'm not sure if it'll happen this season. No,
it is going to be quite hard for them. Obviously, they're trying to clutch it back and they're getting a couple of results here and there. However, the team looks very shaky still. They're not really... You know, the Fnatic squad of old, they really are still a Swedish roster that is in their infancy, really, and a lot of changes have come into effect. We've seen that JW's role has changed quite drastically now. Yeah,
he's been more willing to go for the rifle, which is something that I finally had seen a few months back when, you know, the Fnatic roster was still in a bit of turmoil. At the start of the year, even though they won Katowice, it was one of the stats I actually looked at, which was that JW, he wasn't getting many kills with the AWP, he was actually predominantly just rifling, which... Yeah. It could either be down to his preference, you know, moving away from the AWP, or simply by, you know, the economy in games not quite being there for him, and him realising, I could do a lot more if I'm better with a rifle. It's cheaper, it's much easier for me to get one, and I might as well try and improve in that way. And to be fair, if you think about how Device has developed, he doesn't use the AWP as much, does he? He picks up an AK a lot more on the T side, and he does really well with it.
And that's sort of the era of Counter-Strike we're in as well, where the AWP has become quite a situational set piece. There's at times where you pull it out, it tends to work better. Obviously, everyone now more well-rounded with their overall skills. Let's have a look at the odds for this game, though. It is going to be in favour of Fnatic, 1.6 there to the 2.10 of Windigo. Now, overall, it might favour Fnatic, but I feel like this game could really go either way. It's going to be quite a scrappy one. And for Windigo, they looked better now Poison's come into the roster. He seemed to reinvigorate them a little bit.
He's a bit of an X factor, isn't he? He's been brought in, and he has actually, you know, I was saying how he's had some good ratings against those two, like tier 3 and, you know, below sides. Yeah. However, yesterday he came in and he was the big impact, wasn't he? Against Mirage, he got that triple to start it off with, and from there you can see the confidence building. Right, he's feeling he's in his comfort zone now. He's got some kills to start himself off. However, it did dwindle away, but you know, you can't expect him to just be doing that all game, right? You need other players to support him. And the fact that he's now arrived, though, I think that's a pleasant, you know, surprise for them, because that means they've got so many more players who can pop off. Yesterday we saw Ships, for example, 35 kills. In a game they lost 16-13, which you got to be thinking that's quite annoying for his perspective. But that's still a possibility of what they can do.
Yeah, it is crazy as well, because now you've got so much more potential there, really. Firepower. You've also got the additional benefit that Punisher has now stepped into an analytical role, where he can provide a bit more insight to them. Potentially, that could take some weight off some of the other players' shoulders as well, because they can be fed a little bit extra information, you know, preps, especially with how busy the overall online schedule is for CS these days. You know, if you're involved in Pro League, I mean, luckily they're not in this and ECS, so else their schedule would be really drawn out. But just being involved in Pro League, they've now got someone else that can help with prep, because you've got a lot of games coming up. He can try and help them out a little bit there, give them more information going into that, which is always a benefit.
Yeah, if you think about the actual backroom staff they do have 2 coaches as well, having analysts. It means, as you said, the packed schedule, they've been playing in the minor qualifiers, for example, being able to have notes on a lot of the teams that are around them. They can always be to an advantage. You know, having more notes is always better than having none at all, and hopefully in a system like this it can allow them to improve much further on, because to be fair, I thought, looking at going into this season, I thought they'd be one of the teams right at the bottom.
Yes.
I thought it would be reversed with them and AGO. However, they've looked pretty good. You know, they've had a lot of set things that they do quite well. Example, Mirage, that was a really good mid-take they've been doing, which we'll probably see, you know, a bit later on in this map as well. However, the question is, how do Fnatic react? Because the last time we saw them in Mirage, it wasn't great.
No, it wasn't. It was quite a sloppy affair, and are they going to be able to switch it up getting into today's game is really a question that needs to be answered by them. Fnatic, overall, it just seemed like the entire team was a little bit shaky in some of the rounds. Quite poor decision-making at times. They were able to bring it back, though, found their form a little bit more as the day went by, but it certainly wasn't anywhere near the true sort of Fnatic potential we know that can come out. Crim's had a bit of an off day as well. It felt like he was really struggling to actually get fired up and get into the game. Yeah,
the issue, they've got a few potential question marks, haven't they, right? So Exist is calling.
Yes.
It's been a bit iffy here and there, hasn't it? There's been some situations where you got to be thinking he goes for a different call there. Twist, he's been actually playing quite alright. Like, there's not much you can say about that. Brolan, though, not much impact in his kills. He gets plenty of kills to keep up on the top of the scoreboard. But, you know, when do they start questioning, like, how many of his kills are actually worth it?
Yeah.
Like, are they exit kills, or are they kills where you just get one kill, you lose the round, everybody else dies, you get one kill for the whole round? But he needs to be on the board in terms of actual impactful frags as well, I feel. Yeah,
because we saw him getting kills in a position where it was after the round was basically over. When, you know, you aren't actually going to win that one, you're left in sort of a 1v4, they've got about 20 seconds left on the clock, he'd go on to pick up 3 or 4 frags, and that's great, but you're still not winning the round. You're losing overall, and that was the bigger picture. He wasn't really getting any impact frags. The only player that really was at times was JW, and he'd sort of come in, get a little bit of momentum behind him. Crim started to step it up towards the end there, but it did just feel like they kind of were just pugging it out. I mean, that's what you touched on of Exist. The fact that he's an IGL that has been in quite a few rosters and some big caliber teams as well. It's not like he's been running around with the little dogs. He's been up there with the biggest of them all. So he should have a lot of bark to bring to the table. There just wasn't.
Yeah, it's a weird one, because even, like, I can understand if you were a part of a team who don't usually like play towards the strat side of the game, you'd still be playing against other teams who do. And from that, you've got to be doing some research against the teams you're playing against. And you'll be slowly, you like might see a strat that they do and be like, oh, that's quite a cool strat that FaZe did. Right, we should like take that one for our own playbook called FaZe. But apparently that's just not the case, right? Clearly there's not many calls that they have either A, drilled, I guess that's the other part of it, do the team know how to do it? Or B, he just doesn't seem to have either A, remembered them, or B, just doesn't seem to actually prefer just going around with the way he calls currently, which I don't think is the way forward, that's for sure. But alas, they need to build on it.
Yeah, because it is a bit weird. You know, you look at that Fnatic roster right now with the changes that are coming into effect, obviously, after they remove Draken. They have a little bit of a weird stint. They're trying to find out who they actually want in the team. Scream comes in for a little while. They eventually realise, no, we want to go for an all-Swedish roster once again, bring it back to its roots. But even with a team full of Swedes, where communication should be on point, is it an issue with the fact they just physically haven't had enough time to gel with this roster yet? That could be one of the cases. Also, how much practice are they able to actually fit in around quite a vast schedule they have? A lot of games that need to be played by that team.
Yeah, the thing is, if they're in ECS as well, obviously that schedule being quite rammed, you don't get time to practice much as you'd like to. Like, you've got some events popping up here and there as well. It kind of forces you to actually get, when you do practice, it needs to be very meaningful. And that could be one of the issues. You've got some players who, I'm not too sure, but you could argue some of them are not willing to do that same sort of practice hours that a new up-and-coming player would, right? So a player coming onto the scene new, they would be willing to play that 12 hours a day of prax.
Get the grind in.
Whereas players like JW and Crims, they might not be willing to do so.
Yeah, go full duck. Let's get the spread.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know how it is, Ben. Well, we're into the action here. Fnatic going to be on the CT side. Windigo will be your tease as we open this one up. And they're going to be setting themselves up for a play towards the A site to initialize this one. Bubble invests into the flash and smoke.
So this pistol was similar to what we saw yesterday in Mirage. However, 4 plays through Palace, you got to think they get the advantage, but Twist, he just can't get a kill.
No. Goes down seconds there. Blocker going to be able to finish him off with a Glock, so it is a 4-on-2 into the round. Exist and Crim is going to look to try and do a little bit of damage. Got the tags coming out, but Ships annihilates them. And that'll be Blocker to win the opening round, Ben. So Windigo coming in strong here versus Fnatic.
Yeah, quite a scary sight for Fnatic there. The fact that Windigo have been able to get into the game this quickly. Blocker specifically as well, 3 kills already. He should be getting an AK on the board here as well. The question is, what will Windigo do into this round? You can see 1 Mach 10 being bought, otherwise it's 3 Galils. So they are surrounding the actual Mach 10 with some rifles, so they're not going to miss out on that department. However, Blocker started off again strong. A nice easy kill onto JW there. Victor gets one as well. Should be an easy round for them to take. They have sent Ships out towards B. He'll get the information there's at least 2 players towards B, but you know there's no capitalization from Windigo that they should know. There's only 1 player towards this A bomb site. However, playing it quite slow. Flash will come in. Should fully blind Brolan unless he's playing inside the connector, which he is. but just a matter of time. Really, Blocker should get the skill for 3.
Ooh.
Nice and easy.
That was a tidy tap as well, though. Smooth stuff, and the Criminals will continue their lead as Windigo go on to grab that second one on the terrorist side. Victor makes quick work of Exist, and that is the round over. So it goes 2-0 as the Bulgarians start to cause a little bit of thunder early on. They need to try and keep that confidence going as well. They're definitely a team that seems to excel if they can chain rounds together. But as we've seen as well from yesterday, definitely a change into how they approach the game. We saw 4 pauses in one half when they realized they need to try and adjust it right here, right now. So more of a tactical mind coming into the team as well now, it seems, in their later games.
Yeah, I do like seeing that sort of stuff. They at least recognize it. But this is such a fast strat. The smokes haven't even bloomed yet, and they're already out fighting. And it's not going well for them. They lost 2 players already. This
is very rough. I mean, the response could potentially still come through. Bubble gets that kill, trades it back onto Twist. Brolin and Co are a little bit paranoid about this now, but the bomb is going to be going down. No, it won't. JW denies it as he glides into action. Perched up on top of the primetime position as he denies them from Ticket Booth. Poison will only get 1 before he's traded back there. And Fnatic win that round. JW. A lot of props to him in that one, really. A huge play. Goes for the Ticket Boost pounce.
Yeah, the Wonder Child play there. Jumped straight up. And he actually stayed up for longer than... You know, most players would jump up, get the kill on the bomb, and then just drop straight down. He actually stayed up and kept them fighting. He even nearly got the kill on the final player, Poison. But Windigo, because of the rounds that they had won, they can still get a buy-in. And Fnatic, they've got the possibility of being reset here as well. But look at this, you can see a heavy mid play from Fnatic. They're planning to go 2 through connector, 1 mid window and 1 short. Leaving just Crims towards the B site. JW now actually using the scout here as well. So must not have had enough money to actually get the a FAMAS in perhaps. Smokes come in though, smokes towards short and window. You can see, look how much of a crunch there is on the minimap. Fnatic, they're very willing to fight this. If Windigo win the fight towards connector, I can't help but feel like this will be their round. How long are they willing to wait?
Ooh, Exist. Elevated angle does give him the extra potential, and he's going to bridge the gap as he finds the first 2 frags. Bubble, however, will respond with 1 into the second on the player to stairs, but he couldn't knock him down just yet. Victor tries to get aggressive, and the tractor will start to do damage. JW, however, with his scout just shooting off warning shots, extends around, but Victor will be able to destroy him. Poison with the final blow, left on 2 HP, but still wins the round. And Windigo, off the back of losing the previous, they reset Fnatic and come back into it, all guns blazing. Scoreline goes 3-1, but they pause instantly.
It's quite composed, really. Think about it was a 3v5 that they just won. It's possible that they actually are quite mental-heavy players, though, as well. They might get quite agitated or excited as well. It works both ways. If you get pumped after winning a round, it might be too much noise. The caller might be not able to get his call out, right? And that's quite a common thing for some teams anyway. You know, if you're making a lot of noise after winning a round, you've only 15 seconds to sort the buyout.
Well, for spending time around them and stuff, like when I met them a long time ago, Bubble and Victor and Co, they all seem, you know, quite excitable players. They're people that they do like to have a laugh. They like to try and keep it quite lighthearted. So I think that is something that tends to transition over into playstyle as well. You know, they want to keep each other pumped. If they win a big round, they're going to try and get quite loud. So again, that could be the reason why they did sort of take that necessary time out.
As well as that, though, they do get to talk about the potential anti-eco that comes in, right? So you can see the setup here from Victor and I believe Poison. Double up on the actual balcony there, making sure they're in the same sort of line of fire so nobody can be peeked without the other seeing it as well. And overall, just quite a slow default really. They've left ramp open, but you know, it's quite a big risk for Fnatic to take if they were to push it. Crims did see a slight hint of a player there, I think. Did shoot some warning shots. JW takes that peek. It's a bit of a big risk, really. I don't think you're ever going to land that shot, really. Very bold, but because of that twist, now making the info play towards ramp. Makes a lot of noise, though. Bebel will have heard that.
Ooh. Tag on Brolin. It's not fantastic. They had to use 2 smokes towards connector there, though, to block it off. Bubble just holds still this entire time, set in stone towards Palace, waiting for the aggression, and it looks like his patience might pay off, which it will, gets the kill. Twist is eliminated, so there's now only 3 players remaining on Fnatic, the trio of CTs. Will they do anything terrifying or any tantalizing plays to bring them back into the game as Time is ticking away. About 34 seconds left on the clock here as Windigo starts to develop their push. Victor gets the headshot off with the AK, and they bombard out towards the A site.
Yeah, Victor very fortunate, I feel, to get that kill. Brolin was actually shooting before he even got around the corner as well, so you were thinking it should be an instant kill. Just lands the one shot though, so... Poison now hunting towards these last two players. Does a lot of damage to those Crims. But he actually still gets the kill on Exist. I was going to say, he doesn't expect this player close. But Crims, they know where he is. But do they think it's even worth it trying to find him? Bubble, the player with the Galil. Looks like he was moving towards it at least, but... Crims is going to be quite afraid for the next 25 seconds or so.
Definitely be quite spooked, Ben.
Windigo not too bothered there, you can see. Two of them rather low. Ship's half health as well. Blocker and Bubble, the two players who are relatively healthy. Recognise they don't need to do this play though. So Windigo are going to go 4-1. Fnatic, they should be on technically an eco here. 1900 to 2.1k on the players. So it doesn't look like they should have any investment. You can see Twist getting P250. He's a pretty good bet when it comes to actually buying the P250. Every time he buys it, he does seem to get a kill, or at least quite a lot of damage with it. Whenever we've seen it come through from him. If Fnatic have actually set 4 players with his A-side Twist, no chance then though.
Oh, Victor with the AK. Beautiful 2-piece to open up the round as he'll get the early entry in towards the A site. Poison now going to be subbed into.
With the gun.
Whoa. See what he can get. He will find the adjustment. Oh, the spray. Still just going for the power down spray, but eventually we'll get the kill. In the meantime, Ships has been able to eliminate Exist as well. So the scoreline building up quite rapidly here for Windigo's T side. They are playing quite confidently.
Yeah, confidence is the name of the game for most of these Bulgarian players. They have the aim to back it up, which is the scary part for Fnatic, because in recent weeks they haven't exactly shown that they still have that aiming capability, right? They've had a lot of situations where they probably should be doing a lot better. And Windigo, they go straight off the bat. It's going to be that A execute. You can see the boost being done there to get the CT smoke in, as well as the Molotov towards triple if a player were there. However, Twist is the only man there. He's been separated. 2 of his teammates playing connector. The realignment there to do some Molotov. So they're Molotoving sandwich and triple, so that's quite nice. So those will come through. Oh, actually, they go default. Okay, that's different. I thought it would be actually to a sandwich.
Oh, Twist tries to turn, but Blocker will still be able to get the shots off, eliminate him. He's going to go for the plant. So 5 versus 4 here. The 60 side retake could still come out, but it depends how they opt to play it. And Ships is going to go for the full rotate around as well to backstab towards short. Everyone is grouped up. Bit of a traffic jam towards connector, Ben. So they're eager to push back in, but haven't decided on the timing just yet. HE launched out, but doesn't do any damage. So no player is going to be nudged out of position. They smoke the bomb, they start to push in. That causes the effect of Poison to peak, but Ships gets the backstab. The paranoia will be kicking in, but they jump on the bomb. Victor, does he realise this? They're trying to body block it. The shots are coming through. Blurner, no kit. Sat on the bomb this entire time, and eventually they will be able to get their headshot off as Blocker charges in there. And they will go 6-1.
Very awkward post plant there. Brolin has a kit, he actually does win that round.
Yeah.
Which just shows, though, none of the Fnatic players were willing to take the hit. None of them went for a FAMAS buy instead of an M4. You could have had something. You need those kinds of players in your team, though. Perfect example was Mousesport. Steeker would always take that hit. He recognised that he trusted his team to do well with the guns that they have. And he knows, I'll get a kit, that'll be fine. However, nobody on Fnatic doing it results in them losing that round 6-1. It's a very hard execute to hold, though. We saw Twist there. He got completely displaced. That Moles wants to default, triple. The only place he could go was either under, which was going to be on fire as well, or into fireboxes, which we saw. There's not much you can do about that. Should be a nice nail there. Arguably blowing out the server, but the great HE there. Windigo looking very solid though. Mirage, remember that first week we saw from them? They looked really good on it. It wasn't even a case of them looking like an MDL team at that point. And Fnatic aren't exactly an easy team either to play against as well. B site will be pressured though. Exist and Brolin are both here. They've got a kill each so far.
Ooh, Bubble trades it back onto Exist, and Brolin's left in the 1-on-3. 40 seconds on the clock as time will be slowly ticking down. He will begin to reposition though, Ben, and from behind, Poison gets the capitalization, strikes with the AK, and eliminates him.
7-1. Fnatic, they need something to change, and by doing so, they decide to pick up the double AWP. So Twist and JW both picking one up each. JW normally the mid-window player. Twist, so far this game he has been the A-site player. So Twist looks like he's dedicated toward that CT area. JW planning to go towards connector. However, there's been a Molotov towards connector every round thus far. He's completely pushed off of the angle straight off the bat. So they're doing the same, I believe it is the SK setup that used to be, so it was like Fallen and I can't remember which player it was towards connector, but they double up in there. Orpa holding the top, and then a rifle also watching towards underpass. But Windigo playing so defensive though. Very willing to allow these grenades to be used by Fnatic. And they finally go for the take after they realise the smokes should be fading about now. Molotov used by Brolin. They're trying to separate the gap there. He knows that that smoke is coming at connector. He decided, I'll try and delay them a bit. But it doesn't really matter too much. Like the smoke lasts way longer than the Molotov. Brolin needs to make a play now though. Victor did kill Crims, but Exist traded it immediately.
Oh, Ships. Trying to slide his way around. JW going to get the headshot off. Takes down Ships. And it falls back into the 3-on-3. Molotov going to burn his toes up and force him to deviate back. This will cause the knock-on effect as well. Twist trying to get aggressive. Luckily, JW's been actually able to bail them out of this round and pretty much secure it. It comes now into a 1 versus 3. Poison. It'd be such a struggle for him to pick this one up, Ben. Surely it's not doable. 10 seconds left in the clock. If he goes down after time here, that'll be the worst case scenario, but he's still hunting. Sees the barrel of JW, but JW gets the kill.
It's a great round from JW. Planning the kills that were needed there. That first one to Ships, and then even then, covering that cross. Pause will come through, another tactical from Windigo. So perhaps showing that it's not only when they're losing heavily that they do use the pauses, they do it when, you know, we lose a round. Let's try and talk about what do they have in that round, right? Let's talk about that. So they recognise there was 2 AWPs, so they're probably thinking about what can we do to actually abuse that. Twist normally plays A with his. JW obviously, he plays window, but he's quite proactive. Perhaps talking about an execute that might work to, you know, signal out the AWPers or potentially try and avoid them. So an AWP picked up by Poison now to counteract that. So he was pretty decent with it actually on overpass last night against Astralis. But it looks like the set play will be towards B, with Bubble being the only man to go out towards mid. Deep Molotov will do quite a bit there in terms of actual movement. If they were to spam, that would be a very good situation. We saw a crazy trade kill from Crims actually through that wood yesterday. But the B execute will be coming in very soon. Exist and Crims though, it looks like they're double up so short. This could be at the wrong time here. If the execute comes in, they get smoked off. It'll have to be a retake. Here come the smokes, and here comes the execute.
Found their way out. Exist with the first as he tries to leave them dead on the ground. Unfortunately, we'll only get the 1 kill. JW as well, this angle not really playing him too many favours, but luckily Bubble pushes into the crosshair and he will go down. Poison trades it back. They're left just into the 3-on-3 into the round. Blocker.
Oh,
depends on the timing. Oh, that's a risky reload if I've ever seen one.
Absolutely crazy to be going for that. The smoke goes out the window, it gives them a bit of leverage to get out of that. But JW, his 3rd kill of the round again. Just on Poison now.
Oh, Brolin with the uppercut for the M4. That will be the 3rd round picked up for Fnatic. And JW, we said he was the only real player with a huge impact last time we saw this Fnatic roster. Again, it seems like he's pretty much got to get a 3 or a 4K to win the round.
Yeah, you got me thinking that round probably should have been different though. Blocker, I
don't know what he was doing.
I think if we ever used the words brain AFK, that might have been one of those kinds of plays, because he had no reason to be walking into, like, it's nonsensical, really. Didn't make any sense to do it.
He didn't need to be there.
He had grenades as well.
He didn't need to be reloading at a time like that.
Because I thought he has 5 bullets, a bit bold to go for that play. But instead he reloads in his face. It's like, oh, okay, I guess you're doing that. So Fnatic playing the same way again. They haven't changed anything up, actually, in these last few rounds with how they're doing things. But Brolin, he'll be hearing grenades being pulled here. But he doesn't really know like what those grenades are actually doing. It's flashes towards mid. Confusing him a bit, though. He still plays close, though. There's 2 AWPs towards this A side of the map. I think it all depends on what JW does in terms of movement here. Because Ships and Blocker, I believe, they're going to boost into window. I'm going to say it's all about the timing here for JW. If he checks towards mid, Blocker might catch him off.
Is he able to get the opener here into the round as he's going to slowly advance? Stay scoped the entire time, so he won't hear the rescope. Just focusing towards short right now.
How far does the gun barrel go out? Doesn't actually go the whole way around, though. And he's headed towards B because of that kill by Ships. This could be an easy pincer. Roland caught off as well. Twist, the only man here. Wow. The defense has been completely destroyed. Ships getting that 1 kill affected the movement of JW. He gets killed as well. Blocker with 3.
That's huge. Big play into the round. Exists the only one that remains. He might be existing, but not for long. No, the visual frustration there.
Yeah, realising he's left himself in a bit of an awkward spot. He got that kill onto Ships, but at what cost, apparently? Stuck in ladder. Windigo not quite sure about his position, but he was last seen towards short. So they're wondering he could have gone all the way to top mid, but I think he'll be okay in this round. Should be able to live it out. There's about 15 seconds left. They shouldn't be able to catch up to him here. After they clear out the B apps into B, it'll be too late. So ultimately, I said like the movement of JW was kind of paramount to how the round is going to play out.
Yeah.
He went in window, cleared mid to what he thought. But Ships, he made a really nice play. He sat on the nice little ledge. People don't use that enough, I feel. And he got a free kill towards Crims, and that changed how the round was perceived. Another pause going through this time on the Fnatic side, technical pause.
So an issue there, potentially. TeamSpeak has gone down.
That'll be affecting millions.
Yeah. Across the globe, TeamSpeak is gone.
Yeah, but 8-3 scoreline though, Windigo. Looking really good so far. But I think it's just one of those situations where we're just not used to seeing them at this level. So every time they play well, we're just kind of surprised.
Yeah.
Pleasantly surprised.
It's nice, right? Because it's, they're a team that actually seems to be improving the more the season goes on, which is one of those standpoints that you want to look at and take away, because then you can go, all right, good. So the games they played, they lost at the start of the season. They've obviously looked back at that as a benchmark, gone over those demos, been working out what they can alter. And the team has actually made a big change in play style as well. The pauses were not this common at the start of the season. Now they're very common. They're being used, at the correct times as well. So it's good to see.
Yeah, they recognise we do have 4 pauses after all, right? Some people talk about Existence using his pauses quite often, which he does. But it's he knows he has them at his disposal, right? He wants to use them. If he can give him an opportunity to talk to his team and try and refresh them a bit, like make them think, what's happening in this game? Why are we losing? What can we do differently? It's like a nice little review system, isn't it? Give yourself a nice 30 seconds. How are things going?
Yeah. Where are you going to be in 6 months from now?
7 rounds from now, what's the score?
Yeah. And how well do you think you'll be doing?
Do you think there's anything you can improve in that time?
I'm afraid you're far too qualified. Well, it's 8-3. Fnatic still attempting to remedy their TeamSpeak nightmares on this frightful night of Halloween. Seems like they have been able to resolve the issue.
You can see it doesn't look like a heavy Byron at all. Pistol being bought there. Exist obviously saved his weapon into this round. There's a Deagle and Twist. Crims with a P250. Doesn't look great though for them. And they have decided to move the gun towards the A side of the map. Normally Exist has been playing towards that B site. More or less on short though. Windigo very willing to take this quite slow there. Going out. They're actually going contact out mid as well.
Spam coming through. Trying to tag a player up in towards connector. You can see Blocker there clearing the angle as well, just in case anyone was playing on the off angle close there behind the box. Now we'll be getting ready to go for this pounce on the A site. Bubble is the player that is in Palace, and Twist is actually going to be the first player to detect him, most likely when the push comes out, but Exist does an awful lot of damage. Twist trades it back onto Bubble. He now goes into Palace, but the Molotov should try and burn him out. He drops onto the site. It's a 2-on-3. Two of the players on Fnatic are unarmed, Ben. But Twist does have the AK. Unfortunately, he's only on 28 HP, but he's getting a tag across, and Ships will end him. They realise Crim's location, though. The P250 powerhouse, will he pop off? Gets one. No adjustment on the second, and Ships is hit to save the day. But Brolan is coming to sink his battleship.
No armor, no kit, but he does have an AK at the very least, so he needs to land that first shot and win the fight. He's managed to cross, though. He might be able to catch Ships off guard here, but Ships, it's all about the timing. Oh, he's looking the wrong way. Brolan catches him off guard. That's a nice round. Exists, the only man who had the gun. That was the only concern for the round, right? They were running into the player who had the weapon. And the fact he got 2 kills, amidst all the chaos, Twist pushed into Palace. And from that, they were able to secure the round, right? It was just kind of chaotic, considering how nicely played it was by Windigo into the situation. Just unfortunate, it looks like they picked the wrong bomb site in that case. The thing that works well for them, though, they still have money in the bank, and they can force the reset.
Reinvestment going to come through. Double ult setup. JW and Twist. Obviously, one of those orbs was free, so only really spending a little bit of cash to get the double buy into the round. Windigo has picked up another orb on Poison.
Yeah, Twist will be looking to get involved with his orb. Thus far, we've only really seen it from JW. Twist has been a much more defensive orber thus far in this game. Primarily sitting towards that CT ticket sort of area. But at least something different, a bit more aggressive towards that ramp. So Ships trying to sell some kind of fake towards that B site. But Blocker, the shadow does come first, and it's an easy kill to find. But they've actually dropped out already. But do they expect Brolan to be in there as well? The bomb's going to be going down. Brolan, he sat there for so long. He's very low, but he is still alive.
This is rough. I mean, they've been able to kill the majority of the T-side players. Bubble will be able to get the backstab off on JW, but can he really further this round too much? They're both there in close conjunction. Flashbang comes across, Ships, covering the rear, eliminates Crims, and it's a 2-on-2. Brolan has 8 HP, but Exist has so much to do in the round, but can't muster it up. Goes down, and Brolan's left to try and save the day, but no, he won't be bailing Fnatic out. That will be a win for Windigo. It goes 9-4, and Fnatic's cash goes straight out the window.
Yeah, you can see JW, who tried to capitalise immediately on the fact that both players on the site were killed. But maybe a bit too eager on the play. He tried running straight across towards the bomb, thinking, we can just get on it. They're playing towards mid. However, the two players do secure the round. And Poison did take quite a peek there. But none of the CT is able to capitalise on it. Blocker, there was a lot of noise when he jumped across them. You can see by the movement of Crims. Exist has got himself onto the balcony as well. Windigo playing it a bit slow though, just in case there are some aggressive moves from the CTs. JW in window does get tagged. Still trying to go for that jump scout. And that is a one-way by Brolan, but Shebs knows that, doesn't want to give him any chance. Poison. He got damaged so much very quickly there, but still got the kill. Blocker should know that that flash came from the balcony there as well. The thing is with this Windigo like anti-eco default, they're doing everything right in terms of movement, as well as using the grenades effectively. They used the flashes and the trade was immediate.
2 versus 4 into the round. Ship's going to be able to absolutely ravage his way through Twister. It's all on JW. Scout in hand. It's not an orb, but the Wonder Child glides through, Ben. A tasty tag, but unfortunately there's just too many men around him somehow. JW started to make the round work though, and they were low, so it was quite a scary predicament to be in. But Windigo do pick it up. 10-4. Can the Swedish All-Stars somehow bring this back for a last run at the half? I don't think so. This is looking like it is going to be an 11-4 half, as Fnatic only have pistols in this one.
Yeah, just pistols in. 3 Deagles, P250 to CZ. You've at least got a smoke on every player, but this isn't the kind of map where you could change those smokes and make them into actual kills. Inferno is a much better map for that. So they still need to get those shots off in this one to have a chance. Ships walking through underpass. Windigo, the way they've been taking mid, because of how much of an advantage they've created with like the actual money in this game, they know that we can just walk out mid slightly later. Chances are the mid player will have pushed off. Crims looking for a kill, but misses that first shot. Thing is, I think they're doubling up actually in ladder. If not Roland, just on the actual concrete block. And he does jump up and get the kill, but there's no trade to be had there.
No, it is all getting taken away from them relatively quickly here, as it has fallen into a 4 versus 4 problem with a headshot up, eliminates blocker. JW going to trade it back as he deeks down on ships at the very least. But still, it's a 2 versus 4. Fnatic, they are hungering for this round, and they're in a prime position to win it. JW still just wreaking havoc there. He really has been the X factor for Fnatic. The Wonder Child living up to the name there, as he performs very well in that matchup. 10-5, Windigo. Feels like they could have scratched away a couple more rounds there. If a few marginal errors would have gone their way, or if JW just wasn't such a big thorn in their side.
It just feels like some of the Fnatic players don't feel comfortable in that. Like JW quite clearly is comfortable. He's running around feeling perfectly fine with his game. However, some of them just feel like they're not like that comfortable in terms of whether it's angles or just, you know, the general movement. And you need to have players, you know, be comfortable. And, like, it's a map that's played quite often as well. Mirage is not exactly, you know, like a nuke, for example. Some players haven't played that enough, especially like the new breed of some players. Whereas Mirage, everybody should have played that loads. To an extent where it shouldn't be like a matter of, I like this map, I feel comfortable on it. It should be, I feel comfortable on it, but it's not one of my favourites.
Yeah.
Right? Like players like Crims, for example, exist. Like players, they've been around for years. This map has been in the pool the whole time. But Windigo, though, should be very happy with the situation that is actually in front of them still. They only need 6 rounds from that CT side. The last time I saw them on the CT side, it was actually pretty damn good. You know, they had that really nice mid-take that they would do with rifles. And the question is, will Fnatic know about that and be ready for it? There's no grenades bought on the Fnatic side. It's a pure, you know, aggressive pistol here.
Yeah, just mass Kevlar. Is there going to be a monster mash towards mid here? Poison looking to try and crack some skulls, but no one's going to be bludgeoned today. He gets tagged up, a little bit of blood drips out, and he will fall back. Twist, however, brought down fairly low, just left on 58 HP. Poison actually gets a kill as well, as eliminates Roland. The A site is faltering, Ben. The D-force is starting to crumble.
Yeah, they do lose that only man who was towards the site in ships. He was kind of overzealous, I feel, with the peak that he did take in Crims. Adds to his repertoire. 2 kills already this round. And he was just taking pre-fires and he actually gets a kill for it. It's a 2v3. There's no kit on the CT side available. Victor did pick it up though off of Bubble's body. He smokes towards the bomb. However, there's a player at Firebox. He will dispose of him. He does have the kit, so he might be able to just jump straight on this.
Oh, he's left in a 1v2 though, so he needs to be rapid about this one. Nearly extends out, going to delve back, finds the bomb, taps it, but the players are so close. Exist, just shooting his legs. Eventually will kill him, but it did look a little bit awkward.
You can see the blood coming out of the smoke, I think. He was just like, I know that's a good bit. I'll keep shooting that bit.
There he is.
That's a reliable method of killing it, not trying to go for the headshot. But Bubble, he probably could have gone on that a bit sooner, I think. He did try and get that kill towards jungle, which is fine. He must have been caught. He's very low. Fnatic do get on the board immediately with the pistol. It looks like it's going to be a set play straight from the get-go as well. JW being sent out towards mid. Victor's bought a flash as well. This is something we saw from them in Dust 2. They can do a lot of plays with the ecosystem, and they get the kill towards JW. Unfortunately, it's the only man there. Ooh, that's a lot of damage though. Oh, let's take him down as well. This round is not looking good for Fnatic. Might be a 2v2, but it's not been clean at all. This was a round with over $200 invested from Windigo.
Nades launched out, transferring damage across. Crims looking to pick up a tasty little tap here with the AK, but not really connecting. They will take this round as Windigo just physically don't have any firepower to actually overthrow the defense, but just trying to make it costly if possible. Big tags coming out. Poison sprints in, but Crims will remove him. Steals that USP, and that will be another round going the way of Fnatic. So it's 10-7 as they're beginning to bridge the gap.
Yeah, but like I said, that was not very efficient whatsoever from Fnatic. You got to consider, fine, JW will die. Like, there's probably no other situation where he lives there unless he goes crazy and kills all of them. But they play towards A. Brolan fight, he'll absolutely whacked on the way out.
Yeah.
But from there, surely you can't lose another player. Like, it shouldn't happen. Like, losing 3 people means the money isn't even look great for them right now. And Windigo, they get an awful poison. Otherwise, it's just all rifles. Not many grenades available to them. BXU's coming as well. They're both ready to fight this on the truck. The flash was beautiful, but Victor does not care.
Oh. Victor just slaughtering them, Ben, with the AK. Big man with a big plan as he pops off into the round. This is nicely done. Lots of carnage over towards that position. Twist, Crims, and JW with their 3 remaining men. They're actually starting to fall out of the sky as well. JW goes down. Poison has the angle and lockdown here. If he slow walks in, he should be removed. Crims will cause a commotion towards mid, and that's a mass rotate as well. Look at that, Ben. They begin to just sprint away from the site, but they hold for the meantime. Twist, though, slaughtering them with the AK. They've got site control, and Poison has a lot of a rotate to do. If he can land the jump on towards short, he'll be in good position. Does land it. Orp, no armor. 1 shot, 1 moment. Detects the first player. Shoots, Ben.
He loses that opportunity to turn it into 1v1 immediately. He has no armor. He's picked up this AK, but they're not going to give him a chance right here. Crims has got the cross if needed. He actually takes the fight as well. That's a 4v2. And simply off of Crims winning that firefight connector, you mentioned it pulled the players away from B.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Bubble thinks, oh, I'll try and get into B-apps and clear it that way. And just as he goes up, Twist peeks. Twist then does it again to the good player in window. The round falls apart simply because of that mid-round call there.
And because Poison actually went for that play as well, JW now has a free AWP that has been dropped over to him by Crims, Ben. So he's actually put them into an even better position to help out Fnatic now into round 19.
Yeah, small investments coming in from Windigo, but you can see Fnatic. 2 players outside ramp, 2 mid, and Brolan, the lone player towards that B apartment sort of area. Bubble. You see he was thinking about flashing towards it. He will go in now though. Crims should be caught fully blind. They won't get the gun for it though, but that's still an advantage nonetheless. And JW, you can see the smart play being made. Recover the gun, make sure they can't get to it later on. The question is, how far will he take it? So if the player's gotten into the ramp sort of area there, they will look for it quite a while. JW's actually gone for the AK instead here. If ships... oh, this timing could be very bad for him. Unless he holds it, he can actually catch Exist going towards ramp. But they're actually walking the whole way. They've stacked B because of the information that ships should have. Depending on how long he's willing to wait here, he can make a huge play. Here comes the movement. He'll see the AWP as well. And the information that they've gone up ramp, this can be huge.
Good Molotov. Could be dashed across. Twist. Gets the headshot and takes down Blocker. It's a good round so far from Fnatic. The backstab from Ships expected this time. Brolan ready to end the reign of terror. JW as well gets the follow-up headshot. They will all be going down. The spray from Exist should end it, but somehow he glides around the full 360, Ben. Mum, get the camera.
And Brolan didn't get the AWP, so they actually lose it fully. Although, like I said earlier on, JW, he's been moving away from it as much. He's still able to use it when needed, but it's not his favoured weapon by looks of things anymore. Windigo do buy straight back into it. This time Poison does have armor with his AWP. A lot more grenades available to Windigo as well. Smoke top mid comes out. It's landing in window as well at the same time, but Poison did not expect that jump so aggressively. Looks like it's going to be a B play though. Victor's the only man there. Bubble's on short. He did well last time they went towards B. However, I can't help but feel like he caught them off guard. And that kill is not going to help things. Bubble will actually get killed towards mid, but Victor didn't get a single thing towards B, other than a bit of damage to JW. This is a 3v3. In terms of health, it's quite even, although Ships just lost a lot of health right there on his own. Brolan's going to be hearing all of this movement. All 3 players coming from market. It's going to be very bad. The tag and the molly as well. Surely the save must be called. You cannot get through that. That's going to be the score tied up, 10-10. Fnatic doing things ever so simple, but it's working right now. Windigo might need to use a pause here, I feel. I imagine that actually is Windigo as well, yeah. So losing 5 rounds. 3 of them, you could argue, are more buy rounds than anything. They need to talk about it though, because they're losing kills on the map when they just don't need to, right? So Poison, for example, he'd always taken a lot of damage from Crims. He still went for the info towards mid without a flash, nothing there. You know, you could have had some backup from a teammate. Instead, he went for the solo play. It wasn't really needed. And Fnatic were then able to capitalise on that. All tied at 10. The question is, when will we see Windigo do that mid-take, though?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Ooh. Smoke's being set up, Ben.
And it's going to be a mid-take from Fnatic as well. This is going to be an all-out brawl. Smoke's arriving. Molotov will be put out. But there's a big gap in that smoke because of the Molotov.
Yeah, it is quite far to the left, so there is an angle of opportunity. And however, Fnatic quickly repositioning. It's only going to be Twist that actually holds with a little bit of support from Brolan there. But it looks like they might try and make their move over towards the B site instead and already give up the mid control, not contest it. They know that Windigo have gone for a heavy play. Why run the risk?
They take control of the B apps. Block spams being made there. But Windigo, normally they would overstay their welcome at mid. However, this time, reluctant to keep it in JW, gets a kill towards underpass. Very unneeded peek, I feel, from Ships. Crims will walk out. Doesn't even get spotted there, Poison. Playing quite defensive. This play from Bubble. Should be able to catch out Exist. That's a good kill. However, he didn't go further, so he won't be able to tell his team that there's nothing in B-apps. If he were to have done that, there would be a huge call to be made. But Crims has actually got off the balcony onto site. And he gets a kill on Bubble for free. Poison did not expect to play out already. Thankfully, he trades. It's a 3v3.
Poison holds the angle with the AWP. Waiting for the push to come in. Flashbang goes in. Oh, delayed reaction, but he still gets the shot off and survives. 47 HP on him as this aggression is coming straight towards him. Headstrong. Oh, and his head is gone. Smashed in like a pumpkin there by Twist as they've secured the site control. 10 seconds left on the timer as the bomb will begin to be planted. The CT sprint their way in. Bomb's gone down, but they still find the frag. Blocker with a crotch shot, and that will be the defuse, Ben.
Yeah, he fully went no holds barred straight through CT. Recognise we can catch them off. One of them is planting, the other one is low. And they do, but Poison, I think he's lucky that round. He gets bailed out because Crims, he got down off the apartment without him knowing.
Yeah. He
kills Bubble. Again, and he was just like, wait, what, this guy in sight? He swings out, thankfully gets the kill, he gets another one, and he probably didn't need to peek either into Twist, near the end there, because he had a perfect position. He could stay in there for a while.
Yeah.
But Windigo regained that lead. Fnatic, you can see there's not much money left. They do have a buy here, but if they were to lose this one, you've got to be thinking that it's an eco round.
I'll be trying to make their move out towards the A site to open this one up. It's a slow and steady round here from Fnatic. They're around behind Windigo, and this game has been so back and forth as well. These teams looking fairly evenly matched right now. Here comes the push. The flashbang to allow them entry. Blocker, a ton of damage. Support of Poison as well. And Poison, it all to do, and does a good majority of it with the AWP, as he's being quite effective for that Windigo side. 2 frags found, Ships looks to try and round it out with a hat trick. The nade should blow them out of the server, but JW is fast. Delves away, attempted to go for the reface, but Bubble finishes him off with a Famous, and that is going to be another round for Windigo.
Poison bailing them out there. The Apps burst. He just held the angle, kept on getting kill after kill. Blocker finally gets involved, but you know, he wasn't able to do much other than just a lot of damage. And Ships, 2 kills as well. That A hold was pretty damn strong. The wrong call made by Fnatic there in that case. And it looks like it's to be a heavy mid. 3 nades coming into the window.
Ooh.
Poison, thankfully not in it, but there's just a lot of pistols coming at them hard here.
Yeah, really doing a lot of damage. Poison fights fire with fire. The pistol itself going to be popping off. Poison, a huge majority of damage done there into the round. And they have been gifted the bomb, Ben. It has just been dropped on their front doorstep.
That's quite a costly round, regardless of what happens here with JW as well, though. 3 kills when you've just invested, what, P250s and then 3 HEs. JW looking to reposition dramatically here as well. We'll make sure to do the jump silently. He might actually catch off Victor depending on the peak here, so Victor's about to check behind. However, how aggressive is he going to actually peek the window there? Because some players might just check to see it just towards kitchen, then turn around from there. 13 rounds on the board for Windigo though. They've got double AWP in play now as well. So I imagine that'll be Ships, perhaps, picking that one up. But it looks like it's going to be Victor keeping it. So the B anchor going to be keeping that. Ships has been doing well with the rifle, so it's not too surprising to see this change actually occur. They've actually blocked the smoke for the aggressive mid-take, but Fnatic, they can't fight it. The Molotov's landed beautifully. And again, Windigo, there's not much you can do when they do this mid-take. You either have to wait for the smoke to fade and then retake it yourself using your own grenades, or you simply let it go. Just give them control, move off, go to somewhere else. It looks like this round might be the case where they do try and fight it.
Conceal, don't feel.
Let it go.
Let it go, Ben. Let it go. Don't hold it back anymore.
Ooh, there's a big gap in that smoke. It's actually, it might be visible for a Bubble to look through it. Yeah, it is.
You could spot that knee. Cheeky bit of How's Your Father there towards top mid. He's going to fall back though. Molotov gets dashed out. 50 seconds on the clock. And no deathly blows just yet. Everyone is alive and kicking. Flashbang will keep them busy, but the backstab from JW. Will this cause any issues? Oh, spotted out. The Ships delves in, but that causes the chain reaction. However, Bubble and Blocker have just battered them all, Ben.
That's beautiful. Just at the time, JW think, you know, he's quite lucky to be alive for as long as he was, because there was a player on top of him, basically watching it, and just turned around. Ships can steal towards us, but then it's a firing squad on short. They just take care of them very easily. And Fnatic, I said this was probably the round that they try and fight it. They are very, very well drilled when it comes to holding that mid-take after they've done it. Fnatic do force into this. They want to take it in regulation. They don't want to play for an overtime. It's going to be a B-rush execute. The smoke's coming in. It's all going to be on Victor. He's decided to not go for the actual AWP. He's gone for an M4 now.
So there's a Molotov in. Hasn't really stunted too much of the push though, Ben, but another Molotov dropped underneath the window. They're taking a fair bit of damage from that, and it's spread towards the site as well, but the kills are being traded back and forth. Poison with a headshot off to eliminate Crims. He left in a 3-on-3. Poison sets himself up, gonna flashbang out, can double flash it as well before he commits to the push. But does try and keep himself composed in the meantime. However, Blocker straight out of the window, beating down as he pounds his chest, Ben, and it is all left on the Wonder Child. JW, can he do something absolutely juicy to clutch this round out? 1-on-2, expects the push, the terror from the public school era about to pounce, but he is done for. That'll be the defuse, and Windigo get themselves to 15th.
15-10. That B-hold, it wasn't fantastic by any means, Victor. He threw the Molotov in, but the first player who was rushing actually had a smoke out ready for it. He actually turned around to throw it down as well. He still kept going, and the second Molotov, though, as you mentioned, that did a lot of damage, though. That one, right as you jump out the window, you go straight into the flames. Unfortunately for them, the retake was very, very quick, and they were able to capitalise on that. Match point for Windigo. Got 5 rounds to get it. And they've got a very strong buy as well here. Ooh, that's not a good kill to start it off. They're going fast towards connecting the blocker. He's already ready for this fight as well.
It's in close proximity. The smoke is down. Blocker gets uppercut there from Brawler, but Ships will trade it back as he starts to sink them. Expects a little bit more. Peers over the top. There is a current. So clutch proximity there. It just hides in the smoke, but Ships gets the adjustment, flicks down with the AWP. Ooh, gets away as well, Ben. Surprised he's even been able to survive this long into the round, but it's looking like Windigo should actually pick this one up and shut down the game here.
The big player in this round has got to be Crims for me. He's already got a kill towards the A site. He's trying to take control, and he gets another one as well. 2v2. You can see Ships thinking about it. He goes for the peak. He takes a lot of damage though, but he has reaffirmed his position on it. He should be able to catch Crims here, either on the way out or on the way in. Flash comes through, and that's landed beautifully. It's going to be a 2v1 on this site as well. Twist is actually coming up here, but the timing! Oh. Twist lands the shot. Bubble, he's not far away. He's already here.
Feels like he could have waited for his teammate there as well, potentially just trying to play it on the 2-on-2, but instead it's the 1 versus 2. Bubble bursts Crims as he will shatter his cranium. Leaves it in the 1-on-1. The headhunter looking to try and be the bounty hunter and take in Twist to close this game out. Twist going to finally commit to the bomb plant. Gets it planted. But it's all about timing here, the decision-making. Where will he go? The aggression on display. Bubble holds forward, sprints in, holding W, gets the kill. That'll be the defuse to boot. 16-10. The scoreline is set in stone. Windigo take the first 3 points from Fnatic.
You can see that confidence on Bubble though, even in the 1v1. Like, we can see it through the X-ray. Twist fake planted about 3 times. Yeah. He was really paranoid about the potential push. And Bubble ultimately does very well, goes for that wide swing, gets the kill. And Windigo, that CT side looks pretty damn good, doesn't it? It's like the T side was great. CT side looks even better, I feel.
Yeah, and it's fantastic to see as well, because that Bulgarian side, obviously, if you think about it, they've kind of had a doomed run from the start of their roster, obviously, with the Dreamer issues.
Oh, yeah.
Everything's been going against them for so many years. Now finally in Pro League, and actually looking like they've been improving more and more as this season goes on. If they can get themselves in a position by the end of the season, Ben, to not be relegated or have to play again to try and keep their spot, they could actually be quite a team to watch going into early 2019.
Yeah, thinking about like the roster previously, as you mentioned, considering how they looked like they stagnated a bit,
yeah,
with Dreamer and everything, it looked like they hit a wall and that was it. They made some changes, which were quite big changes emotionally.
Yeah.
And now they look a lot better though. They've been improving gradually through the season.
Yeah, it is crazy to see Windigo improving day by day and just keep on keeping on. But we are going to be moving on to our second map after the break. One more game to go to decide who will be stealing the last 3 points here on a Halloween broadcast of Pro League.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Intel, Vodafone, The Road to Odense, Betway, MSI, Logitech G, Pay Safeguard, Mountain Dew League, and ESEA.